We need to bring out the big guns. Are you ashamed of where you come from?
How can I make it up to you?
I was a nurse assigned to stay on the day she died.
I think that might be a bad idea.
You just made a big mistake.
We, the jury, find the defendant Eva Jerome.
Ava is going to be found innocent. Obviously, no one's going to put her in prison because, surprise, surprise, it was just a terrible accident. She'll be cleared of all charges, and then, because nothing says justice like mob family drama, Sonny will swoop in and personally take care of her. But don't worry, Portia's still going to get what she deserves for what she did to Heather. She belongs behind bars. Honestly, I miss when Curtis and Jordan were together. They had actual chemistry, unlike the meh vibe he's got going with Portia now. And don't even get me started on Molly and TJ. Here's a thought. I'm convinced your first surrogate didn't have a miscarriage at all. I bet she lied, got too attached to the pregnancy, and didn't want to give the baby up. But sure, let's keep pretending. Also, can we please stop with the Molly and Kristina drama? I'm so done with the Molly and Kristina show. I want to get back to General Hospital. You know, the hospital part. And seriously, are we really doing this again? I thought we were done with this nonsense. First off, I don't care about these boring home and hearth scenes, and adding this storyline to it, a major letdown. Also, how exactly does someone who's been in a coma for 4 years, had major surgery, then just wakes up, finds clothes, walks out of the hospital, and hitches a ride without anyone blinking an eye? Yeah, I get it. It's all fake and far-fetched, but even for these writers, this is pushing it. As for the whole, did she push her thing? Yeah, no, she didn't. She's guilty of plenty, but not this. I've been skipping through so many storylines lately. And Carly? Playing detective now. Please. She's got enough on her plate with the hotel, restaurant, and her kids. She still doesn't know about Willow and Drew, but sure, let's throw her into the Scooby Gang too. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Oh, of course, Ava will walk away scot-free. Who didn't see that coming? Kristina will probably do something even more ridiculous and spiral out of control. What a shocker. And Molly and TJ. Yeah, they're toast. Honestly, I couldn't care less about them. Both of them act like they have all the answers, so it might be time for someone to knock them down a few pegs. As for Stella, she's so nosy that she'll probably uncover what Portia's hiding, and you know what? The real fun will be seeing what she does with that info. Who knows what kind of mess that will stir up? Guess we'll have to wait and see. But really, can we talk about Lois? Why is she still getting picked on for her beautiful accent? It's like people forgot how to mind their own business. She needs to stop letting the bullies get to her, stand up for herself, and wrap up this whole storyline once and for all. It's getting old. And wouldn't it be something if Molly turns up pregnant with TJ's baby, after spending all this time thinking she couldn't have kids? I mean, she's been under so much stress lately that her body might just be reacting to it in ways she doesn't even recognize. She hasn't even been looking for the signs because she's never been pregnant before. That'd be a real plot twist. But hey, one thing GH does well is bringing up topics that usually get swept under the rug. Like Lois, just let her be herself, people. Not everyone's going to like you, and guess what? That's okay. Some will criticize, some will judge, but at the end of the day, just be happy with who you are and where you came from. Don't change for anyone, except maybe God, and guess what? He doesn't want you to change in a bad way. He wants to help you become a better version of yourself. Because let's face it, the world will mess you up if you let it. So take a moment to think about the good stuff, the way you grew up, and how you've evolved into a better person. Be true to yourself, not what anyone else expects. Why is Molly so upset when TJ leaves? She practically ran out of that apartment like it was on fire, couldn't get away from him fast enough. And then there's Anna. Honestly, she's turning into a real piece of work. It looks like she was just waiting for Jack to hurt Carly so she could smugly say, "I told you so," all while trying to feel better about the fact that Valentin played her for a fool and she let him go. I mean, after everything with the hit on Jason and messing with Sunny's meds, how would she feel if someone tampered with Robin's meds? Oh wait, she doesn't care about anyone but herself. Now Jack, he's the one I'm rooting for. This guy is going to end up being the hero of the story, mark my words. Anna and Jason may doubt him, but Jack actually cares about Carly. He's shown it over and over, and honestly, he's a goldmine for this show. And let's not forget, he's seriously handsome too. Anna, can't stand her. She should just run off with Valentin already. She's willing to lie, manipulate, and endanger people just to get what she wants. If she hadn't helped Valentin escape, we wouldn't be cleaning up her mess right now. Seriously, just go away, Anna. Far, far away. Anna also seems to be playing dumb with Carly, dodging questions when Carly asked who sent Valentin and Charlotte away. She's letting Carly think it was all on Brennan, but it was totally Anna. And honestly, I'm just heartbroken about all the Carly and Brennan scenes being over. I really don't get the way they're writing Anna's character. She used to be WSB. Now she can't even handle finding Valentin. This should be well within her skill set. She should have contacts, people. Instead, they've turned her into a puddle of tears, having a pity party because Valentin was like catnip to her and she couldn't give him up. So she sent him away to protect him. Yeah, right. And Molly and TJ, seriously, they couldn't even let them have one moment of happiness. After years of them being happy together, they dropped this big storyline just to tear them apart? Ridiculous. Also, Kristina, so cute how she acts like TJ was just going to let go of his baby without a fight. She can pretend she and Blaze were going to be the parents all she wants, but TJ is the bio dad, and he was never going to just let them raise his child without him. Natalia, please, that baby wouldn't have meant a thing to you. So just stop. Well, the real question is, can Carly actually keep her mouth shut? Of course, we all know she's just itching to march straight over to Jack and spill everything, which would completely wreck the whole situation. But hey, that's exactly why Jason's always trying to keep her out of the loop. He knows better. As for Carly and Brennan, here's hoping their break is just temporary. Brennan's actually a decent character, and it'd be a shame to let him fade into the background. And don't even get me started on TJ. This guy wants Molly to grieve their lost baby exactly the way he does. Newsflash, TJ. Grief is personal, and it doesn't follow a schedule. It comes in waves. But sure, just try to fix everything by getting pregnant again right away. That'll totally solve everything, right? Honestly, Alexis should have been the one stepping up during the whole surrogacy mess with Molly. I'm at least glad she told Molly the truth, that Kristina's the one who really screwed things up. As if we didn't already know Brennan had Valentin's location locked down the whole time. And can we all just agree, Anna is the worst? Jason really needs to put her in her place. She's turning into exactly the type of people she's supposed to be hunting. It's pathetic. I mean, seriously, she's fawning over a guy half her age, acting like a lovesick teenager. At this rate, they're just destroying her character. How did Anna not realize that Brennan's office wasn't being swept daily, or that there wouldn't be cameras? Classic Anna, always so self-absorbed. But let's not let Spinelli off the hook either. He knew, and yet, nothing. As for Carly, let's be honest, she should have seen that one coming too. What a mess. This whole storyline is just one dumb move after another. And honestly, the writers should have known better. Anna is just ridiculous at this point. She doesn't care who gets hurt, as long as she gets what she wants. And then she has the nerve to say anything about Holly? Please, her actions show she's only looking out for number one. Anna really shouldn't be dragging Jason into this mess. The guy just lost his mother. His only responsibility right now is to his son, not to Charlotte. But of course, Anna helped him escape, so now it's her mess and her guilt to handle. So, Anna's top-tier WSB skills didn't exactly help her get into Brennan's office to plant a bug. Shocking. I'll give Brennan credit, though. At least he told Valentine about Lulu, and naturally, they're going to track the call. As for Jason, I'm with him on this one. Anna should not be pulling Carly into all this drama. And can we talk about Anna messing with the chemistry between Carly and Brennan? Honestly, I'm not loving it. Even Brennan knows it. He straight up said, "I wish I was as good as you think I am." As for Molly, part of me hopes she has a one-night stand, miraculously gets pregnant, and finally gets the baby she's been desperately trying for. Meanwhile, I'm hoping Kristina finds out that the fall has left her too damaged to carry another child. Honestly, I wouldn't wish a baby on that self-centered brat. Kudos to Kristina for telling Molly the truth though, but I'm seriously shocked by Molly's response. I'm with TJ on this. His decision makes sense. And I really hope they're not trying to turn him into someone who likes men. That'd be a random forced twist. As for Alexis, I can only assume she spilled the beans to Eva and Rick about their little secret. Wouldn't surprise me one bit if Eva ends up in bed with Rick. Finally, I'm glad Stella finally called Portia out for being so hateful and judgmental. Portia's behavior is unprofessional and deserves some kind of response. Did the writers forget about Brad having dirt on Portia? Because I was honestly expecting him to use that against her. But nope, nothing. He didn't. And for anyone out there convinced Brooklyn and Dante are Gio's parents, seriously, let's be real. Dante was a cop in Port Charles when Gio was conceived. We're talking about a time when Carly was pregnant with Jocelyn, and Michael was just waking Dante up from a coma. Gio and Jocelyn are supposed to be around the same age, so it doesn't add up. Of course, there's still a chance Brooklyn could be Gio's mom, since she wasn't even in Port Charles back then. But really, it doesn't make sense. I'm so done responding to every comment, so here's my take on the post about Nancy's mole. Let's be real, not everything is made to be ugly. But of course, most people commenting seem to think otherwise. Remember the time a fan of Flip or Flop, the HGTV show, in case you missed it, saved Tarek El Moussa's life? She was a nurse who noticed a lump on his neck and practically stalked him with calls and posts until he got checked. Turns out he had cancer, multiple types, actually, and is still alive today because she didn't give up. So yeah, let's not be so quick to assume the worst. Also, did anyone catch the whole BK story? So she gets pregnant at camp, has the baby, and then asks her mom to give it away, but keeps him close anyway? And now, BK has no clue that Gio is her child. That's the vibe I'm getting. Isn't it funny how everything people complain about with Anna could also apply to Carly? But somehow, it's mostly Carly's fans who are the loudest complainers. Hypocrisy much? Oh, and speaking of Anna, remember when everyone was all about her and Mac taking over for Jordan as commissioner? Well, plot twist, Anna is terrible. I'm not even a Carly fan, but the fact that Anna deliberately put her in danger to fix a mess she created? Disgraceful. I'm honestly waiting for Laura to fire her when it comes out that Anna helped Valentin escape. And then there's TJ, poor guy deserves better than this. Molly didn't even want a baby until she found out she couldn't have one. Now she's acting like a spoiled brat. Oh, and Kristina, let's not even go there. Did anyone else notice how selfish and ignorant she was at the wake for Sam and Danny? She overhears them talking about saving Sam's jacket for Scout, and without hesitation, she rushes over to start rifling through Sam's stuff before anyone even gets home. And yeah, you know she took the jacket. So rude, so self-centered. Who does that? She had no right to go through Sam's things, sister or not. Honestly, it's been way easier for me to accept Lulu going from Emma to Alexa than it was from Julia to Emma. I guess the first and last were more alike, so it's just more believable. I'm actually liking this new Lulu. Now, let's talk about Ava and Kristina. Will the truth ever come out, or is it just going to get swept under the rug? Time for some opinions. Do we think they'll actually reveal what happened, or will they pull the old "oops, we never explained this" card? Maybe one day, someone will find out that someone was filming a TikTok, or whatever the GA's version of that is, bing bong, anyone. And it just so happened to capture the real story of what went down in Ava's room. Picture this. The truth comes out after Kristina's already shot Ava. Or hey, maybe she accidentally shoots Avery, because Kristina is, like, terrible at everything. But let's be real, they're probably just going to drop it all together. And honestly, who can blame them? Fans are probably asking why no one is questioning the faulty windows at the Metro Court. I mean, Rick was all over Heather's product liability case with her hip replacement, but when it comes to those windows that caused his granddaughter's death, crickets. In the real world, the worst Kristina would get from tripping would be a concussion and maybe a broken nose. But nope, this is just another storyline that got axed because the new writers hated it. Sonny? Yeah, he needs to be held accountable for Kate's murder. And Carly? She deserves a medal for her spectacularly stupid alibi. Diane wouldn't have magically made those charges disappear if she wasn't in the picture. Frankly, I'm over Sonny's character at this point. I didn't even like how Kelly was phoning in Sam's role. Honestly, given the choice, I'd rather have seen Morris go. What's Sonny's excuse for paranoia this time? Nobody's messing with his meds. He told Natalia that he thinks Rick went after Kristina to get back at him, just like Kate was supposedly after him for his wife's death. Morris is still tripping over his lines. And sorry, he can't blame the storyline for that anymore. Oh, Natalia definitely has an angle. I mean, everyone already despises her, and honestly, with good reason. But for some weird reason, I can't shake the feeling there's more going on with her than meets the eye. Sure, her cozying up to Sonny isn't a huge surprise, but suddenly acting like best buds with Kristina? The same Kristina she's shamelessly shamed for being gay not too long ago and couldn't be bothered to even acknowledge, let alone like. Yeah, that's a bit fishy. And don't even get me started on her conveniently perjuring herself on the stand during a criminal trial. Why would she risk her entire reputation for someone she barely knows? Unless, wait for it, she has some special reason to do so. Something just doesn't add up. Honestly though, I'm pretty sure this whole shift in Natalia's attitude, and her endless apologizing, is just a desperate attempt by the writers to make us like her. They're clearly trying to set up Sonny and Natalia as a thing, but first, they need to make sure we forget how awful she's been to his daughter, so Sonny doesn't look like the bad guy in all of this. Nice try, writers. Nice try. Why didn't Cody and James recognize Lulu? I mean, shouldn't Dante's best friend have a clue what she looked like? Maxie and Lulu were best friends, so wouldn't James at least know her from all the pictures he must have seen? It's a bit ridiculous, but here's the thing. Lulu was in a coma in Port Charles when James first saw her. Then, the next time he laid eyes on her, she was wide awake and talking about some dramatic fight with her boyfriend. Oh, and nobody knew she'd escaped yet. And James, how old was he, like 4 years ago? Seriously, how much of a toddler is he going to remember from back then? You ever have one of those moments when you fail to recognize someone just because they're out of context? I remember once standing in a gift shop on vacation when someone came up and started chatting with me. It wasn't until weeks later that I realized it was a vendor I'd known for years. Sometimes you just don't make the connection. As for Lulu, she had her hood yanked down low and her hair covering most of her face. And James? He's, 9 now? So he would have only been 5 the last time he saw her. Cody? He only saw Lulu once in the hospital. Remember, she had tubes sticking out of her and a breathing mask on. And Dante didn't exactly have photos of him and Lulu hanging up at Sam's for Cody to study, did he? In short, no, it's not as silly as it seems. There's a lot more going on here than just forgetting a face. So, I didn't watch back in the day when Rick was apparently busy being a villain, but honestly, weren't they all? But I'm actually enjoying him now. Who knew? Turns out, he's surprisingly compelling. He's really good at what he does. It's refreshing to see a competent lawyer who isn't Killer Miller for once. And shocker, he actually loves his daughter. What a concept! It sounds like he's been there for her, even if he's not always physically present. Rick's got that perfect blend of moral ambiguity, like a Valentine 2.0. Half villain, half good guy. Aren't we all just shades of gray? And hey, he's helping Ava, who's definitely one of my faves, even though she's got a pretty extensive list of misdeeds. I'm actually rooting for Rick here, especially when he's up against Alexis and her bratty daughter. And believe me, I've been an Alexis fan for years, but this is a new level of I'm not on your side. I did watch back in the old days though, and I gotta say, yes, Rick is still great. And it probably helps that Rick Hurst is a fantastic actor. That moment when he looked back at Molly while leaving her apartment, choking up because helping her might have cost him their relationship. Pure gold. Touching, even. But seriously, why are Alexis and Molly giving Rick such a hard time over Kristina's cross-examination? It's literally his job. Lawyers cross-examine. That's what they do. Sure, Kristina is family, but that's the game, right? Get over it. And speaking of Rick and Ava, let's just admit it, they're both walking crime sprees with a side of humanity. They've got blood on their hands. A laundry list of crimes longer than my grocery list, but somehow we still root for them. It's the acting, really. These gifted actors manage to make these dastardly villains somehow likable, weird, but I'll take it. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.